We as CIA offer the resource room to all RSOs on campus. The resource room holds a variety of different items for student organizations to check out and use. This is an example of what the resource room log looks like. Students will fill this log out before being able to check out an item, and it's CIA's responsibility to check and keep up with this log on a regular basis. Any lost or stolen items must be reported to CIA Operations Coordinator and the advisor. This is the resource room's items log. You'll use these for when an org gets a banner or poster printed or needs something laminated. You'll record the amount of resources the RSOs have used. For example, we have the Global Medical Brigade, and they got 3 posters printed. So you put the date, the name of the organization, and then 3 under poster to show that's how many they've used. These are the items available in the resource room. They include markers, glue sticks, scissors, heavy-duty stapler, paper cutter, hole puncher, colored pencils, construction paper, and then of course the iMac laminator and the poster printer. For the iMac, the laminator, and the poster printer, students will have to fill out the resource room form, and that's online and will be approved by the CIA Operations Coordinator before they're able to check out these items. To access the resource room form, students will have to go to the UHCSI webpage, click on Cougar Involvement Ambassadors located under the About Us tab, and then click Services. That'll take them to the page we're on right now. And if you can see the items available, if they were to scroll a little bit farther down this page, you'll be able to click on hyperlinks attached to the iMac laminator and poster printer, and it'll take them to the resource room form. So this is what the resource room form looks like. Depending on what they need, they'll click on the appropriate checkbox, and they can choose all 3 if they need to as well. How to check out items other than the iMac laminator and poster printer. First, you'll ask the student for an ID as a form of collateral. So this can be their UHID or their driver's license. And then you'll ask the student to fill out the resource room log, which we saw earlier in this training. You'll take the resource room key and open the door for the resource room. And then make sure to tell the student that they must keep the resource room clean after using it. After the student is done using the resource room, before you'll give back their ID, make sure to check to see if the area is clean and neat. And then make sure to lock the resource room after they're done. For posters, RSOs are allowed to print up to 5 posters per semester. The dimensions of those posters are 11 by 17 inches. And the poster must be available to pick up within 1 to 3 business days. So this is how that process will work. First, the student from the RSO will submit a form through Get Involved, and the form will be received and approved by the CIA Operations Coordinator. Once that form has been approved, the CIA Operations Coordinator will send an email with the items that will be printed to the CIA email account. The CIA member will then email the primary officer of the RSO and tell them that they can pick up their poster after the poster has been printed. So making sure that once it's been approved, you take no longer than 1 to 3 business days to get it printed and to email the primary officer. The banners are really similar to the poster. RSOs are allowed to print 1 banner per semester in place of their 5 poster allotment. So an RSO can either have 1 5-foot by 2-foot paper banner, or they can have their 5 11 by 17 posters per semester. The banner must also be available to pick up within 1 to 3 business days, and the steps are exactly the same. So the students will submit a form through Get Involved. The form will be approved by the CIA Operations Coordinator. The CIA Operations Coordinator will send an email with the banner attached to the CIA email, and then the CIA member will then email the primary officer and tell them that they can pick up their banner. Lastly, we have the laminator. Lamination is a little bit different. The registered student organizations are able to have items they plan to reuse laminated. Keyword here being reuse. We won't laminate anything that we can clearly tell doesn't have the ability to be reused. For example, marketing for a very specific event that we know can't happen in the future. But we will laminate things like voting cards, nameplates, etc. So students will fill out a form through Get Involved, just like for the other two. However, students will indicate a date or time to drop off items at the Commerce desk. So they'll drop off the things they want laminated with us, and then the student will indicate what day they want to pick up the lamination. If for whatever reason they're getting a poster printed through us and they want that same poster laminated, what will happen is they'll attach it to their resource room form, and the CIA operations coordinator will receive the request and send an email with the items attached to CIA members, just like in the last two items. And then after it's all done, the CIA member will email the primary officer and tell them that they can pick up their items. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please email the CIA director at ciadirect@central.uh.edu.